Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the graphical representation of the linear equation. Now we already know that these are the linear equations in one variable and these are the linear equations having two variables. So when I am talking about the linear equation having one variable, so this is actually known as the positive x, this is the negative x, this is the x-axis. Same way this is the positive y and this is the negative y, this is known as the y-axis. This point is known as 0 point, which is 0 on x and 0 on y-axis. This is 1, 2, 3. This is minus 1, minus 2 and minus 3. Same way when we talk about the positive y-axis, it is plus 1, plus 2 and plus 3. While this is minus 1, minus 2 and minus 3. This is the way we make a graph. When I talk about the linear equation x plus 2. Now the point is linear equation means the equation of a line. That means if we draw it on a graph, then it should formulate a line on it. When I am talking x is equal to 2, that means whatever the value of y is, the x will come out to be 2. If I am talking about any of the coordinate, now this is the word coordinate, that actually means that if this is a point which is 2 on the x-axis and 2 on the y-axis, then this coordinate is known as 2, 2. And coordinate is always written as the value of x and then the value of y. Suppose I am saying that what is the value of this coordinate? This coordinate. So this coordinate value is 3, 1. Because the value of x at this coordinate is 3. And the value of y is 1. So this coordinate is 3, 1. When I am talking about x is equal to 2, that means whatever the value of y is, the x will remain 2. That means 2 and 0. The value of x is 2 and the value of y is 0. The value of x is 2 and the value of y is 1. The value of x as 2 and the value of y as 2 and so on. So when I take the value of x as 2 and the value of y as 1, so this is the coordinate we are talking about. The value of x as 2 and the value of y as 2, so this is the coordinate. Then value of x as 2 and the value of y as 0, this is the coordinate. So we will draw a line and this line is representing x is equals to 2. This is a line which is representing x is equal to 2 and this will go up till minus infinity and up till plus infinity on both the sides. Again, when I am talking about y is equal to minus 1, that actually means that whatever the value of x is, whether it is 1 or 2 or 3 or minus 1 or minus 2, the value of y will remain minus 1. That is the meaning of y is equal to minus 1. Again, if we draw on the graph, this is basically the values we are talking about. Now, whatever the value of x, the y will remain minus 1 and the value of y is minus 1 out here. If the value of x is 1 and the value of y is minus 1, the coordinate is this. Value of x as 2 and the value of y as minus 1, the coordinate is this. So this is the line which we are talking about and this line is representing y is equals to minus 1. Or we can say if there is an equation in single variable, then either it is parallel to y-axis or it is parallel to x-axis. When the value of x is given, it is parallel to y-axis, and when the value of y is given, it is parallel to x-axis. Now we are talking about the linear equation having two variables. So x plus y is equal to 5, that means the value of x is different for the value of y as different. So we can calculate first of all certain values of x and y. This is x and this is y. Now, suppose I assume the value of x as 1. When I am saying the value of x as 1 and I put the value of x here as 1, so this will become 1 plus y is equals to 5. or y will come out to be 5 minus 1, which is equals to 4. So the value of y is 4. That means the value of x and y are such that the left hand side and the right hand side both are equal. That means the value of x and y are satisfying this equation. Suppose I say the value of x as 2. Now I can write it as 2 plus y is equals to 5, and the value of y will come out to be 5 minus 2, that is 3. So for the value of x to be 2, the value of y is 3. Same way, suppose I take the value of x as 3. The value of x as 3, then this is 3 plus y is equal to 5. So the value of y will become 5, and this 3 will come in the negative sign. So y will come out to be 5 minus 3, which is 2. So for the value of x to be 3, the value of y is 2. For the value of x to be 0, suppose the value of x is 0, then y will come out to be 5. So these are basically the coordinates we have selected for x and y. If I am talking about x1 and y4, this is basically at a place somewhere here. So we can draw it in the another graph. This is a point 0. This is positive x-axis. This is negative x. This is positive y, and this is negative y. So these are again the values in the positive side. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are again the values on the x-axis with the positive side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the negatives of the x-axis. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. And these are the negatives on the y-axis. The values are minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, and so on. Now, if I am writing 1, 4 as the coordinate of x and y, which is satisfying this equation, the value of x as 1 and the value of y as 4. So, the place we will reach is at this place. The second value of x and y is 2 and 3. So for the value of x as 2, the value of y is 3. So this is basically this as a coordinate. So when I am talking about the coordinates 2, 3, then it is 3, 2, then it is 4 and 1. So basically this is the kind of line we can draw. So this is a line we are talking about. This is a single line which is representing x plus y as 5. Now, if I talk about another equation, x minus y as 3, so we can define the coordinates of x and y. For the different values of x, the value of y is different. So, for the value of x to be 5, the value of y must be 2, because 5 minus 2 is 3. Then for the value of x as 4, y is 1. For the value of x as 3, y is 0. For the value of x as 2, the y is minus 1. So if in case we are talking about this, so this will come out to be a line like this. This is basically the line for question number 4. This is the line for question number 3. When I talk about any other line like x plus y is equal to 7, again I can formulate the values of x and y. So for the value of x as 1, y is 6. For the value of x as 2, y is 5. For the value of x as 3, y is 4, and so on. For the value of 1, y is 6. For the value of x as 2, y is 5. For the value of x as 3, y is 4, and so on. So this is another line we talk about. And this is line for question number 5. Now the important thing is that line for question number 3 and line for question number 5 are basically two parallel lines. They will not meet at any point. So question number 3 and question number 5, these two lines will never meet at any point. They are basically parallel to each other. But when I talk about question number 3 and question number 4, they will meet at a point, and after this point they will not meet at any other point, because the two straight lines will either meet at one point or they will be parallel to each other. They will not meet at any point. So these two lines are not meeting at any point, and the line in question number 3 and 4 are meeting at a specific point, and this point where the two lines meet is known as the solution for these two linear equations. Or this point is 4, 1. It means for the value of x as 4 and the value of y as 1, this equation is satisfied as well as this equation is satisfied. So the solution of these two equations is 4 and 1, which can be solved graphically. This can also be solved algebraically, which we will do in the next video. Now, when I talk about equation like 2x plus 2y is equal to 10, if we look at equation number 3 and equation number 6, they are basically the same equation. Now, why I am saying that they are the same equation, that if I divide this equation by 2, then this will be converted to this. Or if I multiply this equation by 2, then this equation will be converted to this. If we are saying the lines are equal, that means that these values of x and y will also satisfy this equation. If I put the value of x as 1 and the value of y as 4, this equation left hand side and right hand side both are same. If I put the value as 2 and 3, again this equation will be satisfied. So the line which we have drawn for third question is the same line which we can draw on the sixth question. So these two lines are basically one over the other. Or we can say at every point where we are taking the value of x and y in the first equation, this is also solving the value of x and y in question number 6. So we can say that question number 3 and 4 are having only one solution, and this solution is known as unique. Unique means only one. Question number 3 and 5 are parallel lines. It means they do not have any solution or they are not meeting at any point, while question number 3 and 6 are basically the same lines, or we can say it is having the infinite number of solutions. Or for every value of x and y which is satisfying the equation, this is also satisfying this equation. So basically only three kind of solutions are possible: either a unique solution where the two lines meet at one point, the parallel lines, or we can say no solution where the two lines are parallel to each other and they are not meeting at any point. The third can be infinite solution when the one line is over the other line and all the points are same. So this is known as infinite solutions. So in the next video, we will talk about the algebraic solutions of the linear equation having two variables. Thank you.